Hello and welcome to our gorgeous 2-episode series on our trip to New Hampshire.
In this episode, we stay at the Omni Hotel Mt Washington, and it is breathtakingly beautiful.
But don't take our word for it. See for yourself.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Louise, and we are the Christmas couple. Oh, it's so pretty.
I can't wait to tell you all about our visit, but first, a little history. The Omni Hotel Mt Washington was originally called the Mt Washington Hotel. It was built in 1902 by Joseph Stickney, who had himself a lot of coal money, and like the great John Hammond, he spared no expense. From ornate architecture carefully crafted by Italian artisans to gold overlay around the entire hotel, the Mt Washington was the most luxurious hotel of its day, enticing guests such as Thomas Edison, Winston Churchill, and FDR. Joseph Stickney died a year after it was built, but he passed it on to his wife Carolyn, who ran it for 30 years before passing it off to her nephew, who ran it for another 25. The Mt Washington Resort went through $100 million worth of renovations and was finally purchased by the Omni Hotel Group in 2015.
Okay, so that was kind of interesting.
See, history can be fun.
Okay, but I have something too. This lady is Carolyn Stickney. And she would wait up on this balcony and watch all the female guests checking in and would do a costume change just so that she would always be the fanciest dressed in the hotel that night. They had really great customer service, which is what we will talk about later. But I love how they have this old-timey big piece of furniture that holds all the room keys. Speaking of room keys, they were surprisingly weirdly shaped.
They fell out of my pocket a lot. Also, when we checked in, we got some free drink coupons.
Thus begins the long journey to our room.
This hallway is part of the original structure, and it has a dining room / bar called Stickney's and an old speakeasy turned into a nightclub called The Cave.
Is it just me, or does this look like something out of Titanic?
It totally does. No trees in the ocean, though.
Well, fewer.
So you just keep walking until you get into what is obviously a new addition to the original hotel structure, with more giant windows to gorgeous views, until you eventually find yourself at an elevator.
Which, when you get off, you have another long hallway to go down, and then eventually you make it to your room.
Our room was in the presidential wing, a king room with 2 balconies, and it was absolutely stunning. And don't get me wrong, it's fantastic, but it comes at the almost absurd price of $2,000 a night.
But it's worth it though, because you get 2 free chocolate chip cookies when you get there.
Yeah, okay. In hindsight, I wouldn't have splurged for this room. Honestly, just too much space for such a short amount of time.
I mean, we never used this giant living room except to put our bags. Now, having said that, the room was incredibly elegant. Lots of small antebellum style finishes.
From the fancy sink and the wet bar to decorative plates on the wall to all the knickknacks on the shelves, they really went out of their way to make the room feel homey.
The bed was incredibly comfortable. And with the balcony door slightly ajar, cool October nights, slept like babies.
The bathroom was extravagant and massive. The clawfoot tub added like some elegance that you don't normally see in a hotel bathroom, and the shower was large enough to spin around in, which I did.
So a few tiny dings. There were not robes for us to wear. And it's pretty standard to have water bottles, which they didn't have anything, none.
We found it really odd for things like that to be missing from a presidential suite. But the real winners in this room were the 2 balconies.
Double the view.
Now at night, it's not much to look at, but in the daytime, it's breathtaking.
To be able to look out on that vista in the morning, have a cup of coffee if you're me.
Sip on a sugar-free Red Bull if you're me.
Well, it was absolutely magical. It should be noted that a disgusting wet cup of cigarette butts was left on our porch.
And I'm thinking, if they missed this, what else did they miss?
I talked to the front desk and they were horrified and ended up giving us $500 resort credit. And that was, way more than generous.
Louise talked because I would never do that kind of confrontation.
What are we going to do?
We're gonna go use our drink coupons that we got.
And explore.
This place is huge. It's huge. What's happening?
They have 2 outdoor pools and an indoor pool, which we didn't use at all, but they looked very nice.
Oh, well. I should use my key, I guess.
Are you gonna work out?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yep.
Stickney's is the restaurant in that underground hallway. Really good food, really good service.
Hi.
Now, up on the main level, just off this gorgeous lobby,
Where we sat by the fire and listened to crime podcasts one night.
there are multiple restaurants.
There's a couple of gorgeous verandas where you can sit and order a light meal, like sandwiches, salads, a drink, and just check out the incredible views.
Or you can eat in their main dining room, which was absolutely breathtaking, truly capturing the spirit of early 1900s fine dining.
With the soft jazz in the background, the ornate light fixtures, beautiful stained glass windows.
Did you see the chandeliers? This is very, very cute.
Our first morning on the balcony, so calm and peaceful.
I ordered room service, which for some reason wouldn't deliver hot food, and it actually ended up being twice as expensive as the breakfast buffet for some reason.
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this beautiful view, and then we're gonna go at 10, I believe, for a facial and a massage at the spa, because it's mommy daddy vacation.
We found out how good of a deal the buffet really was when we were still hungry, because the room service was like nothing, and decided to stop by the main dining room and try it out. And I literally saw the pastry chef arranging these homemade delights with like particular, like very persnickety, like he cared a lot about them, so you know they're good.
And who doesn't love an omelet station? Then if you wanted to, you could grab a cup of coffee or something a little fancier at their coffee shop downstairs and find a spot to peep some leaves.
You literally can't pick an ugly spot to leaf peep at this hotel. It just doesn't exist here.
And then we went to the spa.
And it was a whole thing. Okay, so we get down to the spa area and they tell us that they lost our reservation. Apparently the person who made it doesn't even work here anymore. So now they are scrambling to get us massages and facials. They said it would be complimentary. They're so sorry. In the meantime, we get to hang out in these awesome facilities. They're so scared. I think they're really scared that we're gonna be super pissed. We're not those guests, but I guarantee they get a lot of those types of guests here. We're just happy to be here, and we get this gorgeous private like area to hang out in for a little while. So we'll see what happens.
So they gave us a free drink. We're just booping around and enjoying the amenities. Wow.
And they said they would buy us lunch, and that our massages are going to be comped.
And they're not at the same time. So mine's at 11, getting a massage, and yours is at like 12 or something.
Look, they have an actual ladle. I can pour steam on that. How very Japanese. I don't know what that did. Maybe nothing.
Later that evening, we went on a dinner train.
Which will have its own video.
And by the time we came back, it was dark, but the hotel is just as magnificent at night.
Our final morning, we decided to go for a little stroll.
It was nice, really nice outside. It was crisp and cool, but not cold enough that you wanted a sweatshirt or anything.
And they were mowing the grass and it smelled so good. And we found like a trail that there was nobody on.
Ended up being our favorite part of the whole trip.
It was like stepping into like a Charlie Brown special or like a strip from Calvin and Hobbes.
surrounded by all those vibrant colors. I grew up in Ohio, and so I know these type of colors, but I haven't seen them in forever, and Andrew had never been, so it was just absolute heaven there.
Isn't nature gorgeous? Like,
And that's the Omni at Mount Washington. We will definitely be going back, albeit staying in a cheaper room, but thank you all so much for watching.
A quick shout out to David, who we don't know, but he has been following us and commenting on our videos since the very beginning. David, we see you. We love you. Thank you, dude. If you've made it this far, thank you. We also see you. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We would love to share more content with you. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for spots we should visit and you'd love to see content about, let us know in the comments.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.